him. You know, those memories are precious. Good morning, everyone. On our beautiful, beautiful day here in Douglasville, we're welcoming all of you. Does everyone get comfortable? We'd love to start our service this morning, and Cheryl will begin with giving us our meditation for the day.
Good morning, everyone. We might just want to get a word. We're going to, for anybody that's new, we're just going to take a few minutes just to go inside, just to relax and to reach that center, that essence of our being. And if the mind gets distracted, you might want to have a word that you can go to that makes you feel at peace. Any word. And so you may want to just gently close your eyes and get into a meditative posture with your feet on the floor and hands in the lap, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And as we begin to take some deep breaths, we just begin to relax the body. And on the next exhale, just feel all the little muscles around the eyes and the cheeks and the face. Just begin to relax and soften. And on the next breath out, just let the shoulders go. And let this peace go down through the arms and the hands. And the torso begins to relax. And we feel our body on the chair, relaxing down into the legs and out through the feet. And as we continue to just breathe deeply, we begin to feel this peace, peace, peace. And we begin to bring our attention to that space between the eyes and the forehead. And we begin to go into this inner peace. Our inner space, our inner self. At peace. And now as as we relax and let go into this inner space, we see a beautiful, peaceful scene. Our favorite scene, whether it be the mountains, the ocean, meditation room. We are in this space now. And as we feel this inner power, we're going to take just a few minutes to surrender all of our concerns to this higher power. And now to anyone that we may wish to have a better relationship with, we offer this prayer. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. And so, as we begin to come back into this time and space, let us remember that we can come to our inner self at any time. And so we begin to feel our bodies as we take deep cleansing breaths, and we go forward this week feeling refreshed and renewed and at one with the universe. And so it is.
Thank you, Cheryl. Always takes a few minutes for me to wake up from those. It's a good thing I'm sitting up here. You may not get me away from the table. Now we'd like to do our vision and mission statement together. So if you all would please stand as you would like, and let us read together our vision and mission statement along with our declaration of principles. CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. And our Declaration of Principles, I believe there is one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now and I rejoice in it. And so it is. And we're going to welcome our wonderful Marcia this morning. I called her our musical Marcia.
All right, good morning, family. Good morning. This is the time when we all get to come together and sing and welcome each other and remind each other that our soul is welcome here. So let's go. Come on. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Come on now. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. All right, y'all feeling that? Come on now. The sun is shining. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Come on. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. All right, now, come on, get ready to break it down. You ready? Come on. You gotta have fun with this. Come on, smile. Say good morning. Come on. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, come on, come on. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. All right, tell somebody next to you. Come on now. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Come on, look at somebody else. Come on, come on. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. My soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome. Our souls are welcome here. Our souls are welcome here. Our soul is welcome here. All right, family. Good morning.
Oh, now guess whose soul is out? Welcome up here. Our reader for the day, and let's give him a very warm welcome as our own Russell Holbrook. Yay!
Oh, thanks, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Look, the same, that's what I brought. It was already here. Yep, this is from this neat little booklet, Turn on the Light. Didn't you give us these? Yeah. Okay, this is pretty cool. So I'm kind of starting in the middle of a little essay called No More Victim Stories. And it says, I learned that the key to overcoming is forgiveness. Not only did I feel incredibly unprepared to do the work of forgiveness, but part of me also liked being a victim and blaming others for the circumstances of my life. I believed that forgiveness would absolve others of the harm they caused. The soulful call to give of myself overpowered the attachments to my grievances, and I began my exploration of forgiveness. I returned repeatedly to Jesus' words, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. That's Luke 23:34. With this phrase, I began excusing people for their errors because they lacked wisdom and understanding. It was movement, but excusing isn't forgiving, and I felt I lacked the resolve and power to forgive. The false idea shifted when I read Eric Butterworth's frequent proclamation, we do not pray to God, we pray from the consciousness of God. Suddenly I understood that excusing others is part of my limited human experience, which forgives in limited ways. However, when I center in the consciousness of oneness, I am always able to offer unlimited forgiveness to others and to myself. When any of us desires to be the channel of love that we are called to be, we must find those places in consciousness where we are shackled. A poet friend introduced me to the idea that forgiveness is giving up all hope for a better past. By releasing our attachments to ideas that things should have been different and sitting in the awareness of oneness, we can free ourselves from the toxicity of unforgiveness and open ourselves to the flow of absolute good and unconditional love, allowing us to freely give of ourselves. Forgiveness doesn't absolve anyone, excuse poor behavior, or indicate that we're willing to continue in unhealthy relationships. Forgiveness unblocks our energy and opens us so that we can fully demonstrate the individualized expression of God/good/love that we are called to be.
I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I am not the mistakes that I have made or any other things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. Light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my race. I am not my age. My soul is all light. All light. All light. All light. I am light. I'm light. I am light. Oh, I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. Whole light.
Thank you, Marcia. Wasn't that beautiful? Beautiful. And speaking of light, we have the light of our CSL community with us today. Reverend Bronte is back with us, which we are delighted. So her speak, or what she's going to be speaking about today will be light. And so please welcome our wonderful Reverend Bronte back to our stage.
Ooh, am I on? Okay, let's see. I'm going to put things here and there. Okay, we'll add another odd candle to the candles back there. Good morning. Oh, that was so beautiful, Marcia. You brought tears to my eyes. That song. We're not the mistakes. We're not the skin. We're not the color of our eyes. Oh, can't keep saying that. I'll keep crying. Good morning. I'm so grateful to be here, and thank you for having me here once again. I'm usually here about once a month, the first Sunday. I think in March it'll be the second Sunday. And thank you for this community. I think of it often during my weeks and days and just feeling the balance because I love Science of Mind. I love Centers for Spiritual Living. I was trained in that from the Bishop Dr. Barbara King at Hillside International quite a few years ago, about 20 plus. And then I went on and stepped into a Unity church in Athens, Georgia, and was there for 19 years and got ordained Unity too. I do want to make an announcement in case you hadn't heard. Some of you know Jack Bomar, who took the place of his beloved Dr. Barbara King after she passed, and he now heads and runs Hillside International Truth Center, which is on the south side of Atlanta. He announced very briefly on Facebook at the end of December that he received from President Biden a Lifetime Achievement Award. So if you know Jack, or if you ever get down that way, they have different things during the week at times. Congratulate him. It is a big deal, and he has done many, many wonderful things with his life. And you all should get a Lifetime Achievement Award because of the things you have achieved in your life. If you want, think of something now, don't have to say it out loud, but just, think of something that brought you joy, or something in your life that just lit you up, and that is your part of your Lifetime Achievement Award. There are 2 books that I kind of used for basis of my talk today. Started out with, by Ernest Holmes, How to Use the Science of Mind, Principle and Practice. And it's a brief little book, and it talks a lot about how practitioners use these techniques to help us. A practitioner is someone who studied the science of mind and helps us, sits with us oftentimes, and helps us remember the truth about ourselves, like I am light, or some healing we wish to go through. The other book kind of popped up. I thought I had everything by Eric Butterworth, and I do love him dearly. This one's called The Creative Life, 7 Keys to Your Inner Genius. And Eric Butterworth was a Unity minister for many, many years. He passed, and he's also great at talking about the essence of ourselves. Also, it's February, as you may know, and today we're supposed to get incredibly interesting news on how much longer it'll be before spring starts. Based on a critter living underground that may or may not pop its nose up into the sky. I personally think we can all figure out when spring starts just by how we feel about spring in our own hearts. And it's also February is Black History Month. When I was a minister at Unity Athens, I always hesitated with that a bit because I had been taught that every month should be celebrating every bit of Black history and all our different diversity. But on the other hand, didn't want to not have it because we can use more interest and empowerment of our history. And we're going to have a wonderful song after all this too from Marcia. Thank you. So we are light. How are we light? How might we use the light of faith to lift any fog? Some of us may have been feeling some fog or some concerns, or we watch the news and things seem off and perhaps even scary and just strange in many, many ways. How do we be the light in a world that sometimes feels like it's a little dimmer than we might want? So we'll talk about that a bit. How can we use faith to lift any fog and transform our view, and also, and most importantly, I think, to make a difference in this world? Because we are creatures of light, and I believe we came here to make a difference. And I think we are making differences, and sometimes we don't even realize it or remember it or acknowledge it. If we ever feel worried, disenchanted, or unsure of the way forward, we have tools that we can use to light and lift ourselves out of the fog of uncertainty and brighten the path forward. I'm going to read a bit from the Eric Butterworth book, but he talks about being the light. And he said and explains that it's not that we are reaching out and getting the light of God and then expressing it. It's not something we have to go after or to seek. It's not something we really even need to call upon. We are the light. We are not all that God is, but we are God-like beings. We are created as God beings in this world. It's like a flashlight. I had a really bright one that I was going to bring along, and then I forgot, and I found this one in my car, and it had a little fog. It had a little fog on the glass, and I said, okay, you trying to tell me something? No, it wasn't trying to tell me something. Now, with a flashlight, of course, there's mechanisms inside that bring on the light, batteries, connecting, a switch. With our light that we are, there's sometimes things we need to remember, how to connect better to spirit, to all that we know, to all that we can be, how to connect with the knowingness that we are spirit walking in this world. Our souls are welcome here. How to remember and to know that we are divine beings having, I believe, an earthly human experience. So the way Butterworth explains it is we're not grabbing this light of God. We are that light of God at all times. And that it's helpful when we can remember that. Might even be more helpful when we can remember that in others, perhaps when they're not expressing their light most fully. In this charming book, The Creative Life, it deals with the 7 days of creation, and then has a bit of a chapter on each one. But I pulled this part out because it just spoke to me so powerfully. We sometimes have mental blocks, Butterworth says, that impede the free flow of love in and through us. But we are creatures of love. We need to discover what it is in our personalities that turns off the innateness of our being. We are conduits for the flow of divine love, kind of like that flashlight. And that love is infinite. He said this gives a new meaning to the statement from Jesus, our way shower, I am the light of the world. Getting centered in the light within and then seeing from the consciousness of that light. Getting centered in the light within, the light that we are, and then working, being, living in the consciousness of that light is actually a quote unquote light treatment. In Science of Mind, we have treatment. We practice, we say words, we think about, we treat for certain conditions. When we see from the consciousness of light, we project a flow of light energy that becomes a healing influence. The Hebrew word, he says, for I is A-Y-I-N, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but maybe ayin, which means fountain. Wow. I-E-Y-E as a fountain. There is a natural flowing forth of page turner, transcendent light from the eye. In other words, you will no longer see light. You are the light. Can you feel that? When I read that again and again. It's not seeing the light, it's being the light. Sometimes, pause here, I think we forget about that light in ourselves. I know it's easy for me sometimes to forget about it in others, especially things I disagree with in others. Not the persons perhaps, but the actions or the consequences of things that people do. And I have to remember the light, that we're all in this as beings of light. See, you see with light. He goes on, the statement that the eyes are the windows of the soul is apropos here. And then he has an exercise. You can use the name God in this or any other that you want, or we go God is, and then I am. And I'll lead us in this if you want to join along quietly by yourself. You can say God is, you can say Spirit is, you can say the infinite is, you can say whatever name for spirit you may have. Love is, the universe is. And we do that on the inhale, he says. So God is on an inhale, just maybe kind of holding it a little bit and then letting out I am on the exhale. So I'm going to do that if you want to join me with that a few times. And then I want to meditate for just a moment or two in quiet, seeing ourselves as God is, I am. So kind of center. And on the inhale, God is. God is. And then out, I am. And continue that. God is on the inhale. I am on the out. You could say peace. You could say love is. You could say health is. Knowing all those are attributes of our connection with spirit. God is. I am. Allow other thoughts to become still. See yourself as light. God is. I am. God is. I am. Light is. I am. And just hold that peace for a moment. Just got a nudge to do that for our country. God is. You are. God is. You are. Light is. You are. As we center and find peace in this day and these times, which are full of light and love, right? As we create, as we connect with things that are light and love, as we focus on things that are light and love, it's okay to feel the feelings. I have a daughter that's a very active person and a lot of active things. And she was just sending me a note yesterday and saying, I allow myself to feel anger and then I do something about it. Make a difference. So it's good to feel feelings in these days, to do the good work and to support where and when we are able, and to be aware of our thoughts. Sometimes life can seem foggy, like the foggy glass on this lovely little flashlight. It was way in the back of my glove compartment, by the way. I mean, I was digging for it. Sandy. I was like, where's it? I was going to bring the other one with the really bright light in it. And here's this little red, but it's red. It showed up and it was way tucked in the corner. It's like, okay. And you know, if a cave was really dark, it might be helpful, and there's probably another whole talk there, if thing is really, really dark, even a little bit of light helps. There is exercise in here, in this lovely book. Sorry. Oh, I'm going to step back, sorry. Don't usually use my notes even. I write a whole bunch of notes and then I leave them on the podium and then I just talk. So as we're doing this, God is, I am, and you feeling that light, think about something that you may have on your list of to-dos today or in the week ahead, or something that might be on your mind. And as we do this again, God is on the inhale, I am. Think about those things that are coming up for you this week. It's almost like shining a light on them. Okay? Might be a little project or a school thing or a work thing or a decision thing or something on your list that keeps hopping to the next week's list and the next week's list and the next month's list. And you find an old list and you say, oh, it's still on that list and I never did it. So just think about that for a moment too, if you will. God is, I am. Maybe it's that person that you've been meaning to call, or that relationship that could use some healing balm, or that step forward that you have been hesitant to take. And just see that light on it as you, the source of that light, versus calling light in from outside. So let's talk about fog in our light with this lovely book from Ernest Holmes. And he has a story in here. About fog. Now, he wrote this book for spiritual practitioners to try to help give them some ease and instruction on how to hold consciousness no matter what, because a spiritual practitioner will help you do that. I was very, very fortunate to take classes with Kennedy Schultz when he was still in the body, and he founded the Science of Mind in Atlanta. And the classes were just lovely, just absolutely lovely. But he always reminded us to hold that truth, to really, really be at the core of what God is. So Ernest says, one who studies the acts of faith through the ages discovers that effective faith has always been applied to specific purposes when definite results have followed. And he has a story. There is an authentic story, and I love the way people wrote back in that's probably 30 years ago when he wrote this. There's an authentic story of a man who prayed for God to lift a fog. He was entering a harbor, and the captain of his boat refused to dock in the fog. Kind of an interesting personality to think about. Is sometimes we might be afraid to dock our boats or do the thing because of the fog. The other man of great spiritual faith, took the captain into his cabin and prayed with him that the fog might be lifted. When they went back on deck, it had cleared away. Now, this man was a good old-fashioned Orthodox preacher, but he was complying with the law of faith. He was seeing through the fog to the light. A practitioner of spiritual mind healing, which is what we do in Science of Mind, is continually confronted with the fog of fear, superstition, doubt. Otherwise, there would be no occasion for a practitioner to have a practice. They will either get lost in the fog or see through it. Though the fog is there, the sun is always shining. This is what the practitioner, our teachers, ourselves cling to. We declare that the sun is shining and the fog is dissipated. I'm going to say that again. We declare the sun is shining and the fog is dissipated. We can use this in our lives. We can use this in world news. We can use this when you look at Facebook stuff, when things are going on that you don't like, when we're worried, when we're scared, when we're not feeling loved, when we're worried about our health. We can look at this. The sun is shining and the fog is dissipated. You want to say that with me? The sun is shining and the fog is dissipated. The sun is shining and the fog is dissipated. The sun is shining and the fog is dissipated. And picture it. Whatever might be foggy in your life. See that sun shining through that light. And where's the light coming from? Yourself. You're God's self. You don't have to be a spiritual mind practitioner to do these things too. They help us and they help hold us. And he mentions it in this book so many times too, that that's the person that sits with you and knows these truths when we slip and fall, or when we slip into despair or worry or doubt. They are the people that hold us up and lift us up. That's why it's so important to be in person, I believe, and come to things like the Thursday class. Is there a Thursday class still going? Yes. To be in consciousness with others. He declares that the sun is shining and the fog has dissipated. This is an act of faith, compliance with the law, the surrender of appearances to a greater certainty in our own consciousness. It's good to have things we can do. This popped into my mind when Marcia was singing. When I go home, I'm going to copy those lyrics. I'm going to put them on my phone or put them on my wall or put them on my mirror. Can you give us just a line or two? Just speak it if you want from the song. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. Because I know it's part of a song. Yeah.
I am the divinity divine. I am God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Yes. And sing it if you want, but put it and remind yourself, remind ourselves that's what we are. And if we can even be more powerful than that, to sing it to others. I mean, at the grocery store, somebody might look at you a little funny, you know. You are the light. Da, 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 da. They'll go, oh, hurry, I'm going to go see the other checkout. But you can sing it in your mind to people. Sing it to the people in your mind that you really don't want to sing it to. Okay. Or sing it to the people you love most. Across this globe, babies are being born at this very minute. This just came to me. Right now, babies are being born across the globe. All these beings of light, right? Pure light. Sing it to them. Sing it to their future. Sing it to all the ways that they will be and interact and create in this world. Sing it to the miracles that they will create. They don't need to be a Jesus or a Messiah or a great teacher like these people. They can do it walking every step of their lives. Sing it to the people that you don't care so much for. Sing it to the people in your lives that have passed on. Feel their light and their energy, and in a thankful way, sing it or say it. You are the light. You are the light. Sing it to the person you might see in the street or in the grocery store on the news that's angry. Sing it to them. You are the light. Hold it for them as an everyday practitioner, holding something that they might not be able to see for themselves. For those that are dealing with health challenges, see it as knowingness. You are health. You are sustainable life. You are beauty. You are graciousness. You are kindness. You are creativity. Every single one of us, I believe this so deeply from the core of my being, is an incredible, incredible, positive, supercharged light on purpose here in this world. Sometimes I have to remind myself that I think that, honestly. But yeah, you remember what you said? Because, yeah, you're not going there, so you got to get back to that, okay? Everyone is. The fog always dissipates. But sometimes it's there a while. Sometimes it lingers. Sometimes it drops things on you. Thank you. Why do we look to the ceiling when we talking to spirit, right? Oh, thanks. God that lives in my attic, I used to call it. Because when I really, really, really couldn't seem to get my prayers to work, when I know Unity and New Thought teaches us you don't need to be down on your knees. You don't need to be bequeathing, asking, please, please fix this in my life. You don't need to do that. You need to know it. And there's times when you still, at least for me, want to get down on my knees and say, I just give up. Just fix this, please, God that lives in my attic up there, So maybe you have a God in your attic. But I know this beyond knowing this, that we have a light that lives in the attic that is us. So perhaps if this helps this week and the weeks ahead, feel stuff, feel anger if you're angry about something, feel the fog if something's foggy, feel the health things and do something about them, feel the disconnects and do some connecting. But most of all, send love. We can do that. Let's do that now in closing. I'm not going to name things to send love to. You know where to send love. You know where. We'll just get a little quiet, just a few minutes, like a deep silence, and send love. Just send it out. I like to hold my hands up like it's actually flowing out of my palms, but it's just flowing. And we're in the flow of it. Okay. Send it out. It can be to a person, to a place, to a situation, to a land, to someone, like I mentioned, that's gone on. You can send it to spirit. You can send it to our inner child, our future self. This is the easy thing to do at almost any time. If you've been using your hands to send it out, to send it forward, consider turning them toward yourself and giving yourself love. Breathe it in, breathe it out. You are light. You are light. Your voices are strong. As you lift them in song, in thought, in words, in the days and weeks ahead, lift your voices and sing. You will change the world. I know that. And so it is. Miss Marcia.
Thank you, Reverend Bronte. That was beautiful. It's beautiful. Whew. So, at this time, I figured that since it's the beginning of February, and as Reverend Bronte mentioned, it is, the Groundhog Day. I don't know whether he saw a shadow or not. I always thought that was funny, but it's also the beginning of Black History Month, and so I think it's very appropriate to go ahead and sing what is considered the Black National Anthem, is Lift Every Voice and Sing. But before I do, many of you know, some of you don't know, that my day job is a teacher. So I wanted to share why this song is sung, where it came from, because I always find an opportunity to share information. So, Lift Every Voice and Sing is a song that means a lot to many African Americans. It is written by James Weldon Johnson and his brother, John Rosamond Johnson, a long time ago, back in 1900. They wrote it to remember Abraham Lincoln, who did, he freed the slaves, Emancipation Proclamation and everything. But this song is special because it talks about the hard times and the good times that African Americans have gone through during that time period. It's like a song of hope and togetherness for us. And when we sing it together, we feel proud of who we are and where we came from. And it reminds us how brave and strong we have had to be throughout history, even when times were tough. And it gives hope for a better future where everyone is treated equally. So when you hear this song, and these things I like to share because, I grew up learning how to sing the song, but I really didn't know the history of why I was singing this song, like in church and everything. But when you find out the history behind it, and how it has been embraced through the culture, it really does mean something special. But so when you hear this song, please remember that it's a song that was written and is repeated with strength, pride, hope. For African Americans, but we're not, keeping it a secret. You feel free, if you want to grab onto that song, and use it as a song of strength and pride and hope. That is fine, because we all can look towards the future and say we're going to go forth in the future with pride and hope, with strength. So. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
I think it's downhill from there. Whoa, thank you, Marsha. It was fabulous. Every time I hear that, I think, oh my word, why haven't I heard that more and more and more? Beautiful, beautiful thing. And thank you for being a teacher. Yes, amen. And thank you, Reverend Bronte, for absolutely beautiful. We all are the light, aren't we, y'all? We love coming here and lighting up the world, right? We walk out of here and we take these messages with us. Never forget, we are the light. Always pump it up. And now Dana has a brand new car with new lights. So she's going to light up the world that way. All right, y'all. Now it's time for conscious giving. Okay. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is the practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in the bulletin. You can donate online by accessing your personal Breeze account using the Breeze mobile app on your phone. You can also donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. If you donate online, either using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contributions. If you did not pick one up at the door, you can get one from the usher. Now, as one consciousness for prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Freely I give, freely I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Freely I give, freely I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. And the excitement of the day, the announcements. Next week, yay, Reverend Dr. Colette Williams will be with us again, which we love, Dr. Colette. So please keep that in mind and come and see her and enjoy her beautiful talks. And Thursdays, we have our midweek refresher. And we are going to be starting a new book in another month. We have another chapter to finish in this one, but we will be starting again. So in the spring, come and spring forward and come on down over here on Thursday nights at 7:30 and join our group. And we'll announce our new book when we're ready to announce it. Okay, but everyone is welcome. Our affirmative prayers, Reverend Bronte mentioned spiritual mind treatments. That's what this is all about. And if there's something that you would like some help with, some prayer for, please fill out one of the cards that's over here sitting in front of the white box on the table, and just write down what it is that you need help with and put it in the box. And on Mondays, our own wonderful Dorothea and our practitioner Shauna, they take the cards, and on every Monday afternoon, they go through those cards and they say prayers for all of us and all of you that need any kind of help. So please remember that that's there for you. Visitors, I know we have visitors. Yay. Good morning. Yay. Welcome. Everyone come and say hello to them afterwards. They're friends of Dina's, and we're delighted to have you all. Can stand up and wave. Such cute boys. Oh, here we go. We have another one. Hey, that's pretty brave for a teenager, I have to tell you. Boy, I got to give him lots of credit. Social media, you all know we're on everything that's available. So please tune in. If you miss anything, you can always catch us on YouTube and follow us online, on Facebook. So anything anyone else has to say that I don't know about? No? Looks good? Okay. All righty, everybody. We're going to do our closing affirmation. And when we are finished, we're all going to join hands in a circle, and we will sing the peace song together. So let us stand and say our closing affirmation together as one. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good comes from us. Only good comes to us. And we are the light, remember, of the world. And so it is.
Peace that was meant to be, with Spirit as our Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, this be my soul vow to take